There are 3 points in the Lowndes article on narrative and storytelling that I'd like us to focus on. The first is heuristics, the second is community, and the third is narrative policy framework. So heuristics are mental shortcuts, as she describes them, and they're really useful in everyday life. It's why we can do things like tie our shoelaces and back out of the driveway without months of planning. But in the context of policy making and policy analysis, Lowndes says that they help reduce cognitive clutter. What does cognitive clutter mean? Kind of depends, doesn't it? My cognitive clutter may be your accumulated wisdom of the ages based on generations of human experience. So what we mean by cognitive clutter really matters when we think about what heuristics do. They let us not think about certain ideas, not think about certain facts, not think about certain pieces of information. The second point she makes has to do with community. She says narrative can be used to reflect or even constitute community. This is something we need to be mindful of in analysing public policy because of the common tendency to summon a community out of a group of people who happen to share one characteristic. You will hear them referred to as the something community, the fill-in-the-blank community, because they happen to share one characteristic, and the narrative turns them into a community. And the third thing is the narrative policy framework, which Lowndes claims seeks to measure the effect of policy, of narratives on policy outcomes. How do the practitioners do that? We'll find out, and we're going to try it ourselves. We're going to try to measure the effect of narrative on policy outcomes. Exciting? Oh yes.